Ooh, it's weighing on me. I'll tell you what, this is no joke. Oh, come on, we're nearly there. Ooh. Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video to, I suppose, what is episode 2 of my crash damaged Audi S1 on the channel. Today, the plan is to really make a dent into the project. Pun fully intended there, because really, I need to get to work and get this car back on the road. Before we do get the car inside, because I am very lucky to be able to have somewhere where I can put the car in a unit and I can rebuild it inside away from all the elements. And what I want to do before the car goes in there is to basically give the car a bit of a clean, because I mean, this car has spent probably a few weeks, maybe a month outside without a clean, being transported all over the country and also sat in multiple salvage yards. So I want to give the car a clean. It is quite dirty. I do obviously need to be a little bit careful around the front end, but yeah, I want to make the car presentable, really, as much as it can be at this current stage before we then get to work. I do actually have something in the boot which I want to show you as well, which is very cool, which I'll show you once we get the car inside. So let's get cleaning, get to work, and ultimately start the process of getting this thing back on the road. Okay, car is now dried off and inside. We're now in the unit, which is where I'm going to be rebuilding this car. As you can see, it's still a work in progress, really. A bit like the car, to be fair. So it's not just going to be this that transforms, it's also going to be the environment around it, I suppose you could say. However, there are a few things which I need to show you, some of which to do with the car, but first of all, something which is inside the car. It's actually in the boot. Let me get it out of the boot and I'll show you, because it is properly cool. Now, not necessarily S1 related, however, two very large boxes we have from the S1, which lead me on very kindly to the sponsor of today's video, Poker. Now, these guys specialize in eye-wateringly detailed die-cast model kits, and as you can probably see on the box, we have, well, my personal poster car, and I'm sure plenty of your guys' poster cars as well, the Lamborghini Aventador. And I suppose inadvertently the guys at Poker have not only challenged me to rebuild a real life car, but also a 1/8 scale Lamborghini Aventador. How epic is this? Made up of 796 pieces. This is my very own Aventador, finished in a stunning Giallo Orion, which is the actual colour that you could get on the original LP700 Aventador. So I've just opened one of the bags just to show you the colour on this. I mean, the sparkle is incredible. Okay, rummaging through the parts, I've found, well, not only the bits that I need to get going, but also some really interesting bits. I mean, look at the size of this. This is the basically the whole under tray. So that shows how big the car is. And I've also found the wheels and tyres, which arguably is probably one of the best bits. Look at that. Oh, it even says the, oh, I need to get into this. This is cool. In here, getting one of the tyres out, we have Pirelli P0, got a 335/30 ZR20 on there. That is remarkable. Actual tread pattern as well, which you get from a P0. This is unbelievable. If you're doubting the level of quality, then have a look at that. that is the first of many steps now complete, minus the little infotainment screen, which I need to put on, which is actually just in a little sticker pack here. Peel that back a little bit, that one just there. I mean, look at this. Now, if I didn't have a real car to build, then I could quite easily spend the rest of the day building this kit. I absolutely love the Aventador, one of my dream cars. Now, if you guys do want to learn more about the Pocket kit, of course, they don't just do this car. I do have a limited time offer for you guys where you can get a Pocket kit and also a free display case worth like £340 or something. You can find all the details for that down in the description below. And if you don't fancy like putting an Aventador together, that same offer is available for the Lotus 72D. As I said, links down below, follow that and go grab yourself a kit. With Christmas just around the corner, everyone's gonna have a ton of time, and that is when something like this is absolutely ideal. Again, a big thank you to Pocket for sponsoring today's video. I suppose we need to go from assembling a car to disassembling one. Now that the car is obviously clean, and I must say, it does actually clean up quite well, especially the wheels. I didn't actually realize that the wheels were satin, but I will get to that in a moment. Obviously, we can now see every ounce of damage now that there's no grit or mud really kind of hiding it, I suppose you could say. Both the headlights actually need some work. So in episode 1, or the reveal video, should I say, I did point out this scratch here. There are also lots of other scratches and actually I think cracks around the headlight, which is a bit worrying. However, I have just washed it and it hasn't fogged up, so whatever that is around the edge can't be too terminal. So I think maybe just some re-lacquering will need to be done there. Same with this side, probably a different incident. However, there are some weird micro crack things, also that same kind of effect on the edge here. Obviously the bonnet has been pushed over, as we've already mentioned. In fact, I didn't actually realize the extent of how much the bonnet has moved, because look, the bonnet is closed, it's not on the latch, and I can stick my hand into the engine bay. Might actually be down to the headlight. Actually, yeah, that might be that the headlight has moved a little bit. I've also noticed that around the back, it's had some paint work, because I don't know if this is actually gonna portray on camera, but the color difference is crazy on the rear bumper. If I come down here as well, getting really pernickety, but the orange peel on the bumper is pretty bad. See the reflection of my hand? Pretty peely, so I think that's been done before. Let's see some dents in the tailgate as well, which you might be able to see. Yeah, quite ripply up there. So I'm gonna have to do some further investigation on the rear end, because I'm hoping that there's not something that's hiding back there, and also something weird going on with the wing mirror. I think it's been painted before and it's just got quite chipped and touched up quite amusingly. But other than that, I mean, the car has cleaned up remarkably well. Really nice color. And I am a big fan of the wheels, because I thought these were just normal gloss finish, really, but they're not. They're like a satin finish. Really nice, actually. However, of course, the near side front has taken a bit of a beating. At first, I thought that this was all mud or brake dust, basically, but it's not. It's actually rubber from the other car's tyre. So that's pretty mad. But anyway, I think I need to get on the tools. First step is to basically take off, well, the bits which I can take off really at this stage. First step that I've chosen to take is to take the near side front wheel off. I was actually going to put a jack stand underneath, but I think I'm actually going to remove what I need to, then put the wheel back on, just so that I can keep the car mobile. Check this out, EBC braided lines, obviously upgraded discs, some EBC yellow stuff pads. I presume these are EBC discs as well. Have a look through the paperwork. I've got some spacers on here as well, and some lowering springs, H&R ones, which I can see just up there. But yeah, the reason I've taken the wheel off is I want to get this arch liner out the way. It means that I can then get round to the back of the rad around there, and I mean, yeah, also it's completely destroyed. Get a torch on that in there so you can see, yeah, massive crack through the middle of it. But yeah, just some fairly straightforward fixings just on the inside, probably 5 or so. Most of them are actually kind of hanging off anyway, so get that back off, and then we'll put the wheel back on. Probably get it back on all 4 wheels, because I'm thinking of leaving the wing where it is. Same with the bonnet, at the moment at least. Funny thing is, even doing this is uncharted territory for me. I've literally done next to no work on any cars before. And that's why I wanted to buy this car, because I wanted to learn, really. Of course, there was another one hidden away under there. Oh, don't tell me it's fitted to the under tray. It is. Oh, that's a pain. Ooh, that whole thing just... Ooh, that's a bit concerning. The under tray is not connected at all. Let me show you that. There we go, that's that off. I think at this stage, I'm not going to go into really looking at whether there is any suspension damage, because I can't lie, when I've been moving this around, I have been hearing some knocks. But to be honest, I'm only really going to be able to fully test that when the car's back up and running. However, some brackets in front of me look rather bent. This one up here looks especially bad, but I think that can still be reused, to be honest. I think that we're gonna have to take the whole thing off, the whole unit out, and then see if I can get that on a jig somewhere and bend that back into position, because it shouldn't be at that angle, it should be over here. It should be level with the front of the vehicle like that. Nothing sheared though. Ooh, that might be in a minute though. Now the aim of this video is, well, I suppose getting the car cleaned and in here for starters, but also to get the bits off which I know cannot be repaired. Things like that wheel arch liner, and actually I think possibly this under tray as well, maybe some plastic welding can fix that. But the things which I'm pretty certain either need repairing, which I can do, i.e. not a body shop, or bits which need to be replaced. My aim is to get the bits off so then I can read the part numbers and then order what I definitely need in order to then start building the puzzle, I suppose you could say. Right, where's the tools gone that I don't know how to use? Over here. So yeah, as I said, this is literally uncharted territory for me. I have no idea what I'm doing as a whole, but it's all a learning curve. And to be honest, so far at least, I am enjoying it. No, I don't have any power tools, unfortunately. We're working with what we have. This, though, is part of the front bumper and grille, I believe, and it's pretty much in a million pieces, so this is coming off. As a whole, though, this car generally doesn't need anything too crazy, which I think is good for me, seeing as it's the first kind of project of these that I'm doing, and get more comfortable with working on cars, and then I can take things from there. Cool. Right, part number on that. Where the hell's the part number? Ah, I just realised. This is a honeycomb grille, which is a non-factory part, so that actually attaches. Ah, yes, I see. This piece here should be, ah, yes, wait. So that should go in like that. So yeah, that's part of the grille. Gotcha. Right, that won't have a part number on it. Silly, silly Billy. I've changed my mind. The only thing I think right now, pretty much, that I need to remove is this auxiliary cooler here. And to be fair, in order for me to get proper access, the wheel needs to come back off. I feel like this wheel is going to come on and off an awful lot during this project, but you know. There we go, wheel back off. I'm fully expecting this next bit to make an awful mess, but it shouldn't be too tricky because there's two fixings at the bottom. We've obviously got the hoses, two hoses, and I presume a fixing at the top somewhere. Then she'll be off. Ooh, it's weird on me. So the trouble I'm faced with now is I've obviously got one of the coolant lines out the way. That's all drained down into there from what was in the system. Now, because the bracket behind it, so this, what you see here, and actually all the way down here, up here. Where that is bent is now meaning that it's pretty hard to remove this auxiliary cooler. Now, basically, as far as I'm aware, you've got a bung here. Now that needs to, basically you need to lift it up and out, so then you can then get the cooler out. However, because now everything is bent back, it means that this is really rather tricky. I've loosened, or sorry, I've not loosened, I've taken out the fixings at the bottom, which actually attaches the cooler to the bottom of this bracket. But yeah, a lot of elbow grease is needed here, and maybe a bit less coolant. Oh, come on, we're nearly there. Ooh, is that good? Yeah, it's good. Ah. Oh my days, right. I can show you this properly in a minute, but I have one more coolant line to now get off. Bloody hell. The power of editing made that look like 2 minutes. That was like half an hour trying to work out how on earth that did that. Oh, Christ. Hey! Oh, one cooler out. One pretty mangled one as well. I'll tell you what, this is no joke. I'm enjoying it though, I actually am. It's very far from my comfort zone. And yeah, now I'm pretty much building a list of parts which I know that I need to replace, which I can then get ordered ready for the next episode ultimately. But yeah, that was a real challenge. You can see where it was mounted in. So you have to lift it up that amount, but I physically couldn't with the coolant lines in place, and also part of the chassis because of where the whole bracket unit was bent to. We did it though, we did it. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, okay, clean the area up a little bit just to make it a little bit more clear. But yeah, this bracket is absolutely mangled. Now you can see basically how the cooler was mounted. Actually 2 bungs at the bottom and then 1 bung at the top. See, I don't know what this is here. I don't know where that's meant to be, whether it loops up here, whether it actually goes around the front of the cooler, I do not know. But you can see, yeah, that's where it should be, right here. And it's all the way back here. So I'm a little bit concerned about this up here because there are some fractures in that up in there. It might be a little bit far gone, but I can't imagine it would be too expensive. Definitely the right idea getting that off. I know I need to replace that. I'm gonna price this up and see how much that is gonna be, but I don't actually know where. Oh, I see. Literally just bolts there, attaches to this, whatever that is. But yeah, I'd say that is a successful disassembly session. I can't believe I'm doing this, to be honest. I'm actually really, really happy. Yeah, I mean, this is by far, oh, as I've said, definitely outside of my comfort zone, but it seems to all be going, fingers crossed, touch wood, going well. Very happy. That though from me and the S1 today is going to be it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking of the series so far and how wrong I'm doing everything, no doubt. But yeah, I'm really enjoying doing this. Yeah, really, really fun, and hopefully things carry on going smoothly. In the background, I will get all those parts ordered, which I now know that I need. I probably need some more, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yes, for episode 2, I suppose you could say, that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe. All the adventures still to come.